Hey, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute. So I'm going to let you know this is how I get hype to get my podcast started. First of all, what I want you to go do is go and follow me on TikTok. She Get It Done. All one word. Then go follow me on all other social media. Because guess what? TikTok gets you fucking hype. I'm telling you. That's not in an ad or anything. Check it out. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It do what it do. And everybody's getting all hyped up about TikTok now. Don't be last. I'm telling you, don't be last. So I say all of that to say all of this. Hey, welcome to Micheal Uninterrupted, your podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Okay, I have to say this. I'm going to say this a lot. I curse a lot. A lot. The word. 2 words. A lot. I curse all the time. I call it cussing. I swear. I have a vulgar language. I just talk like I talk. I'm going to be comfortable in my speech. I'm sorry. And if that offends you, this is not the podcast for you. Yes, I am a lady. But guess what? I like to fucking cuss. It just rolls off my tongue real good. Real good. I mean, no filter. I ain't got no filter. I'm sorry. I don't want to have no filter. I don't need to have no filter. If you can't accept me because I don't have no filter, guess what? I've been here for 41 years. Do what you do, boo. Hey everyone, I'm back. Okay, so this is what we want to talk about. We're going to talk about how the entrepreneur game is something that most of us, a lot of us, only know. That's our end goal. But that's been my end goal since I was a kid. I sold candy and little friendship bracelets and any little knick-knack that I could as a kid. I mean, as early as in 3rd and 4th grade, I would go to the ice cream truck, buy candy, and then I would, don't tell nobody, take it to school and sell it. And I started that at a very young age. And over the time, I learned, slowly but surely, there got to be a better way. And I found out that there was. And that came in the form of not just buying a product, but asking questions and finding out more background behind it. So, in this first little story, this is about friendship bracelets and friendship rings. And that was like a little hot commodity. there was this little store connected into this little plaza that had about 4 stores in it. There was a 7-Eleven. There was a dry cleaners. There was a little Asian store that sold all types of different little snacks. I can't even describe the store now, but it's an interesting store. I spend a lot of time in that store. And then next to there was a seafood market. So they sold different fresh seafood. And next to there was an empty little, I guess, storefront. But next to that was Pisano's. Pisano's was like the little carry-out. Not really carry-out, didn't carry out any food. You could buy beer and things like that. Play your lottery, sit there and chit-chat. Most of the kids went down there to go buy pickles out the jar. And they had the pig feet jar. That's just what it was. So, I always had the hustle mentality, entrepreneur mentality, because my parents, they had their own store, their own little enterprise system. It was called McKinsey World Enterprises. It was I guess I could explain it as basically they had their own little Alibaba. They used the little AliExpresses and all of those networks over in Asia and Japan, and got bought things in bulk. They picked a niche and then they honed in on it. They had their own little store down in I can't remember the name of the but it's in downtown DC, like right at the mall, right on the mall downstairs. My mom used to work at the little slushy. It wasn't a slushy place. It was like a stand where they sold frozen little drinks or whatever. I don't know if she worked there or not. I was so young, I can't even remember. I have to ask her. But I remember going there all the time and getting one of those little fruit drinks. And then we would set up our little stand with the different little knickknacks that they had. And it was a pain in the ass getting all of that stuff all put together and having to get up and go down there on the Saturday mornings. Because people did have real jobs. There wasn't no, I'm just going to post this on the internet and sell it like that. No, it was some door-to-doors, pieces of paper, mail orders. It was a hustle and bustle. So I honed in and learned all of that. It was something that was instilled in me at a very young age. So it was a craft that I was able to perfect going into adulthood. But, sorry, I got off the subject. So they taught me the hustle game, and their hustle was, the one that stood out to me the most was the ornaments, the Christmas ornaments. We had Christmas ornaments around the house year long. But the Christmas ornaments, and this goes back into my first days of fire protection, were smoke alarms, like for fire for the trees. Very ironic now that I think about it. I've been in fire protection for 41 years. No, I ain't gonna say 41, say 38 years. So watch out for that. That's how people put spins on things too. That's how you find out the whole story. But I sold friendship bracelets from the Chinese the Chinese store, Asian store. Because I don't know what ethnicity they were. I just know they were Asian. So I want to try to be a little politically correct, which I am really not ever politically correct. So if I offend, I apologize, and I don't apologize. I'm being me. Because I don't work for anybody. Sorry, my rant. I do that sometimes, so I started talking to the lady at the counter with the friendship bracelets and friendship rings, And she, it was just like a little thing, one out of 1,000 things she had in this store. I said, all my friends wouldn't like that. I said, okay, well, this is our new trend. So, guess what? Everybody don't have access to get to the store. My parents are a little more flex. I can walk to the store and I have the ability. So I would go to the store. I think I started off with $1 or $2. $1 was a lot back in, let's say, 88. Let's go 88. Sheesh, yeah, let's just go 88. For me, I guess. No, I had more than $1. I was a little baby hustler. Remember, I used to work for my parents. My mom, every job she had, I used to be. If I had to go be a bagger at the grocery store, stock the shelves, I was out there making me some money. I wasn't waiting on them to buy me nothing. But I would take my $1 or $2, whatever the change was. So say that they're selling the bracelets for 10 cents, and they're selling the rings for 5 cents. I would go in there and buy me 5 rings and 5 bracelets. Then I'll have me some money left over. Then I'll go over to the candy store, buy me some penny candy. Hey, by the end of the day, that $1 was flipped a couple times over. So I learned how to keep doing that. It got to the point where I was having book bags. The lady at the Asian store was buying me stuff in bulk. So I was going in there instead of buying 10 or 15 or things like that. She would have me a little plastic bag with 100 friendship rings and friendship bracelets, all different colors, all different sizes, so it ended up working out to my betterment. And it was remarkable. I mean, I had the money, but the thing, I never worked on credit. I did not work on credit. When I bought a product, and that's what the thing is now, I bought the product, paid in full. So if I know what I know now, wow, the world could have been my oyster. But I humble myself about the fact that I paid for credit, and every profit, everything that I made, I knew how to separate my profit from what I needed to re-up. Because that's what we called it. We didn't call it, we called it re-ing up. It's called the re-up. You get what you get what you need and you re-up. It's just like with the candy, okay? Got this thing about when I was selling candy. The same rules apply, but the same rules don't apply. You know what I mean? You gotta have discipline. You gotta have a sense of responsibility. Because guess what? They say, like for drug dealers and druggies and things, people, don't get high on your own supply. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. But candy, I'm selling candy. I like candy. I had to discipline myself to know, okay, this is for sale. This is for your consumption. You separate what you need. You eat all your candy that you got separated, you don't get no more. Bitch, you got to buy wholesale from yourself. That's what I told myself. I had to put my money back. If I went over, I had to wholesale. I would at least give my money. Okay, here, let me take a quarter out of my pocket. I need a blow pop. Because at the time, this started in elementary school. I took this hustle all the way through to high school. So from 4th, 5th, 6th grade, it was all about the hustle. I didn't participate in any sports. I didn't participate. I did violin. I was in the orchestra. I mean, I did that type of stuff because guess what? It taught me how to expand my network. I knew all the cool kids. Okay, I was in Girl Scouts, the Girl Scout troops. I went to performing arts school. I met all the band kids, all the actors. I learned all of those different caveats of life. I went to humanities high school where you met all different types of nationalities and ethnicities. Actually, you really didn't meet that many because it was pretty much still like 90% black kids. But it was still like 10% of everybody else because you had your white kids, you had your Asian kids, you had your Indian kids. So, I mean, it was kind of up and downy right there on that point. But you had kids from all over. Growing up, you had kids from your neighborhood. But when you got older, like I did, I had to start venturing out. I didn't continue to go to the same neighborhood school. Some kids stayed at the same neighborhood school. Like, they went to the same elementary school together, and they went to the same high school together. Some of them went to the same college. Just because they lived in the same neighborhood, and that's just where they went. Me, I was not limited that way. My mom kept me in something far away. I don't know why. Maybe because she wasn't there. She had to work. But I spent a lot of my time on the bus and on the subway, traveling to and from schools from 7th grade until 10th grade. So that was 4 years, I guess. That wasn't that really long. 4 or 5 years, give or take. But before that, I had to walk to school every day. So it was always a time-consuming thing for me and getting back and forth to school. So, side note, that's why I don't like to drive and go nowhere now. I don't like to be stuck in cars and stuck in places for too long, because all that unnecessary time I wasted in those places where I did not have headphones or where I did not have a computer and I did not have anything but a piece of paper and a pen, and my handwriting is super crappy. Yeah, That wasn't the thing. It was about making jokes on the bus, being the first one picked up on the bus route and the last one dropped off on the bus route. Either way, it looked at it, that was my life. Hopefully I'll have a little episode one day when we have a flashback with some of my old friends that had to take that bus life. Ooh, it was rough for us. But that was a nice run on the first 14 minutes, so we're going to take a break. So here we go. Guess what? We're going to get back into it now. So the whole hustle life, like I said, I've had a hustle mentality since I was a juvenile. And the game don't stop now. What brought me to this light again today, a message, a comment, a post that I seen where it came in where a black woman, had turned down a position at a company because of the same old irony. You are not going to get paid your worth as a black woman. You're going to have to work harder than everyone else as a black woman. And you're doing your own thing, consulting. So keep it up. Good job. Kudos for you for not taking that job. Yeah, like you said, it made a couple more dollars, but at the end, you would not have been happy. And hustling makes me happy. I don't want to have just one pot that I'm pissing out in. I kind of do, because I only got one bathroom that I like to use in my house, so. But that's my favorite pot to piss in. So guess what? You get that? You can have your favorite pot to piss in, but you do have to piss in other pots. It came out like that. Sounded pretty good, and I'm going to roll with it so I can keep leading into that. I didn't write that shit down. But it's so true. So I like to have my hands in this little thing, this little task, this little task, this little thing, this little thing. Because guess what? It's kind of like how, mutual funds, and the indexes and all of that stuff. Okay, so if I just go buy one stock in one company, yeah, I can go do that. I do have that. I have stock in one major company, a lot of it. But then I have stock all over in little small mutual funds, little, smaller little group stocks. I'm not a fine. I know my money, but I leave money stuff to a lot of people. When it comes to, I will Google it if I need to find out what the terminology needs to be said. So, key thing you're gonna learn from Michael Lane: Google, Google, Google. Google is everything. Don't waste your brain space on shit you can Google. God, it's so annoying. I'm sorry. But don't waste your brain space on stuff that you can Google. Things that Siri can tell you. Things that Alexa can tell you. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It's like computer data. It's like your hard drive, your memory card, your chip. Why would you be wasting all your brain space on stuff that you can easily go back and get the information for when you need it? Right? I mean, how many people still remember phone numbers? But how many more things have you been able to put in that brain space that helps you out, that matters? Some of that shit might just make you more compassionate, a whole rounded, happier individual. Do you know how happy I am that I do not have to remember everybody's goddamn phone number? Fucking ecstatic. I need to remember everybody's phone number. I remember 3 phone numbers maybe. 911, my number, and my mom's number. And guess what? When I tell you I remember my mom's number, I remember my mom's old number. I can't even remember her new number. And that's fucking pathetic. But that's neither here nor there. But the point is, it's in my phone. I can say, call mom. And guess what? Call mom. But the bad part is, you see how there's a good and bad with everything? My phone dies. I can't use somebody else's phone to call mom. You know? So, but if you think about it like this, guess what I can do? And I'm fucked up with this too. Passwords. Passwords is a bad one too. I can barely remember passwords because now I got a fingerprint, a facial rec. It's so fucked up in this world. It makes shit so easy, but there are backdoor ways to get shit that you need. So back to like if I needed to get my mom's number or get in touch with my mom, I would go on Facebook, go on Messenger, go type her name in. I can go type her name into somebody else's phone. You know, there's certain things that you can do. But like I said, there's always a plus and there's always negative. People are going to always complain and people going to always have a gripe about this, a gripe about that. Get the fuck over it. You could be wasting your brain space on dumbass shit. Imagine that, having to remember all these addresses. Or you can't get everything you need in the drop of a dime in your hand right when you need it. The fuck? People have fucking heart attacks because they can't. Guess what? In a future episode, I'm going to talk about, guess what? How we get everything right now for free, so they say. Free shipping, free shipping, free shipping. Guess what? Well, you ain't gonna have no free fucking truck drivers to get you that free shit. That shit's gonna skyrocket sooner than later. And I'm about to get my investments in the right portfolio to benefit and reap the rewards. So don't tell me I didn't tell y'all. All this free shit next day. Man, I order something on Amazon and I go in and look. Okay, and it says, because I'm a Prime member, my friend told me, she's like, I think you got Express Prime, Super Express Prime or something, because you order shit and then get there. I said, yes, as I know how to do this. It's a what's it called, an analytical algorithm to everything now. I go on Amazon, it'll tell me I got 4 minutes to buy something if I want it there by tomorrow. And guess what? I get that 4-minute order in and I get my shit the next day. I'm talking to you now on the microphone. Hey, so guess what? That was a joke. I'm not on that microphone that I just bought from Amazon, but I did set it up and hopefully it'll be in production on our next podcast. So let me know what you think. And we're going to finish this episode up with a couple points that I want to finish off with. One, I started this podcast, The Drop. Well, let me rephrase that. I said I wanted this podcast to launch officially on February 1st, which is Black History Month. Why? Because I am black. Hey, and over the last 15 years, 13 years working where I worked at, I couldn't really embrace my blackness. So this is another, because, you get shunned when you're only one sometimes. Not really shunned. It just, I didn't want no spotlight on me. It was already bad enough. I worked there the whole time during the Obama presidential time. So that's key one. Black History Month. I want this to be successful. Point number 2. It is very obvious to see that we live in a day where everybody got an opinion and everybody got an asshole. People want to hear shit their way and people want to get it their way. So I'm not here to impress any of y'all. I am here just to get off whatever I want to get off during my little time that I want to just talk, vent, rant, have a co-host, not have a co-host. That's all up to me. But I do tell you this, that TikTok shit get you hyped. Get ready. They don't pay me shit yet. Maybe they will, but TikTok, they get you hyped. And in closing, I would like to just, a couple days ago, we had a tragic accident involving 9 individuals. One being Kobe Bryant and his daughter, her basketball coach, 3 of her teammates, and 2 parents. So, in saying that, let's just give them some respect and a moment of silence. Hey, so as we conclude on our first episode of Micheal Uninterrupted, and we're traveling this weekend to Philadelphia and DC, and then next week we're back in Ohio. I want y'all to enjoy the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. I got 2 brothers that are both happy that each one's other team is playing. So we'll see on Super Bowl Sunday who's happy then. And subscribe to this podcast. Share it with your friends. Share it with people you don't even like. Just get the word out. Like. Tell everybody else to like. Let's let this joint grow mad numbers. Hey, it's just me venting. Hey, why not? I might have you on the show. You can talk about things you like to do. Let's just build this network, because guess what? She get it done. I'm out. Much love, Kobe Bryant.